Irrigation at 346-476-9065. If you don't have a lawn sprinkler system, give Aquamatic Irrigation a call to have your automatic lawn sprinkler system installed. Enjoy your lawn and improve your property value. In order to keep your lawn and landscape in an excellent condition, Aquamatic Irrigation also offers routine maintenance programs to check the system for leaks, proper controller settings, and sprinkler head alignment. Call Aquamatic Irrigation, your sprinkler company, 346-476-9065, or visit our website at www.aquamaticirrigation.net.
In life's most difficult moments, comfort matters. At Lord Edward Memorial, we believe every life is a blessing worth honoring with dignity and care. With a combined 60 years of experience, our compassionate staff walks beside your family with faith, respect, and understanding. Lord Edward Memorial, serving families with grace, compassion, and heartfelt care. Visit us at 6677 Rookin Street, Houston, 77074, or give us a phone call at 346-446-6675.
Are you looking for a pharmacy where you're more than just the next person in line, where the pharmacists are friendly, willing to talk to you about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, where they make deliveries to customers in the general area? Then you need my pharmacy of choice, Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, right off of I-10 East near the 610 Loop. James Muldrow and his staff are there to serve you. I've been a customer for over 37 years. The insurance companies have tried to steer me to the corporate pharmacies, but I prefer Mercury Drive. It's a staple in East Houston, serving Fidelity, Jacinto City, Pleasantville, Fifth Ward, North Shore, Wood Forest, Galena Park, Channel View, offering free delivery to those areas and others. Most insurances are accepted. Mercury Drive Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Phone 713-674-6122, 713-674-6122. Mr. Muldrow and his staff are happy to serve you. Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, south of I-10 East.
Are you tired of that old driveway with its ugly cracks and holes? Do you hold your family gatherings indoors because the outside is just not useful? Thinking of building a new structure to add more living space to your home? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need to call Sid.
832-657-4494.
Sid's Services is a one-stop shop for all your residential concrete needs. They specialize in driveways, patios, house slabs, and foundations. Sid's has over 20 years in quality residential construction. He's honest and provides excellent work to each customer. If you know that it's time to redo that old driveway or patio, or if you'd like to add more living space to your home, call Sid's Services.
832-657-4494. 832-657-4494.
Remember, at Sid's, one call does it all.
And good afternoon. I'm Ralph Cooper, and we welcome you. And I know you may have the New York Knicks on your mind. If you do, and you want to talk about the Knicks, that's one topic I'm talking about tonight or today. And the other topic is one that's big right now, involving the NAACP and politicians in regards to wanting people to boycott the Southeastern Athletic Conference, the universities in the states, the red states that have been doing the redistrict thing. They want the young athletes to not go to those schools in those particular states, and they also want fans to stay away from the games. Now, I would like to know your thoughts. Do you think the young athletes, they're primarily pointing the finger at the black athlete, 18, 17, 19, 20 years old. Should the black athletes boycott the SEC schools, the Alabamas, Georgias, other schools here in the South, Texas, University of Houston, SMU? Should blacks boycott schools that are in states, red states, in regards to politics. Should blacks stay away from those schools? Should people who sympathize with blacks stay away from those schools? And should the fans stay away from those schools? The number here is 713-668-1230. 713-668-1230 is the number here. And I encourage you to call if you want to discuss those topics. You want to discuss that. You want to discuss what's happening with the NBA playoffs last night. The coach of the Cleveland Cavalier basketball team, in my opinion, had a mental lapse. Should have called time. I had a 22-point lead with a little bit more than 7 minutes to go in the game. And he blows the game. Blew the game. The Cavaliers lose to the New York Knicks. I'm sure Brunson went crazy for the Knicks late in the game. 41 points for him, if I'm correct. 20-some-odd rebounds. And the Knicks win game 1 of that series. And again, my number here is 713-668-1230. If you want to call in, feel free to call in. And, your thoughts are welcome. And the lines are open right now. And you're welcome to share your thoughts. Okay? Let's see. You're welcome to share your thoughts. And you're welcome to share your thoughts. That's all I would say about that. You're welcome to call in.
Did what you want great players to do. Now it helps that James Harden is guarding him. And I did feel bad for Harden because, once again, it's another bad game for him. Feels like he has, good game, bad game, good game, bad game. But you could see Jalen Brunson. He was looking.
And once again, the Cavaliers lose. They blow a 22-point lead. The Knicks take a 1-0 lead in that series. And caller, you're on. Hello?
Is this Mr. Ralph Cooper?
No, this is Mr. Jones.
Somebody from this telephone number. Do you know the dog that need to call and turn him in? He said, do you know that Mr. Ralph Cooper will feed him barbecue, scraps, fish bone, and the like.
Do you have a comment? Do you have a comment on the game last night or the possible boycott? Well, I'm ready to hear it. Ready to hear it.
Well, no, you ain't never there.
Okay, thank you. 713-668. If you get a nut doing that, you're welcome to call as often as you would like. Caller, you're on.
Ralph Cooper.
Yes.
Hey man, look, I understand NAACP is going to also
right. I need
boycott.
I need you to do this for me. However your hookup is coming in, change it a little bit where they can hear you a little bit more clearly. I don't want them to think.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. That's perfect. Thank you.
Good. Ralph. Sometimes the strategy of the NAACP and these black politicians are strategically bad. Now, instead of them getting these young black athletes to boycott the SEC and also included in there was Texas. You want to do Texas, you need to do Big 12 too. But it's not that. What they need to be is that get the people to get out there and vote. The bottom line. That's where it needs to be done, because when you look at the numbers of how black people aren't voting, that's the reason why there's gerrymandering. And that they need to try to figure out a way to get these people who are registered to vote that's still in behind to get out and vote. You got a whole lot of black people. You got more black people in the state of Texas and in Mississippi and all in the South than any other places up north. So your efforts should be to get these people, these black people that's sitting down, to get out here and vote and put some people in there that support black interests. There's no excuse, and you want these black kids to lose their opportunity for wealth, for their parents, and for themselves. Get their parents out of a bad situation. You focus on getting people to vote. That's what your focus should be on. And all this boycotting, boycotting that. Okay, we've been there, done that, Ralph. It's time for us to really do a strong effort to get people to go out here and vote, especially black people.
And
Go ahead,
let me
Ralph.
ask you this: Okay, for an example, for those in other areas, they may have another kind of situation. For those in the Houston area, we have early voting going on right now. I've looked at the numbers, and I've looked at them, and I did a cross look at the numbers on people I trust. You know what I'm saying? I can trust you. I can trust a person, and we cannot be on the same boat, if you understand what I'm saying. We don't have to be on the same ship all the time and agreeing with each other and sucking up and licking on each other or whatever mentally. You can have difference of opinion. So I looked at several spots in regards to the numbers of early voting here in the Harris County, Fort Bend area. And then you look at the sites. So I went back, and at first, you were a little apprehensive, but then I went to somebody that I respect.
Yeah.
And I went to Aubrey Taylor's site.
Yeah.
I trust the numbers that he puts out, okay?
Yeah.
And seemingly more Republicans are voting.
See what I'm saying?
Early voting seems to be dominated by Republicans.
See what I'm saying?
And so I go back to how do you get, and I'm not saying all Republicans are white or one nationality, of course, but how do you get how do they stir up the Democrats if they want out? How are you going? I mean, is it the money that's separating Kristen Menefee and Al Green, and that's why, for an example, maybe more, but the numbers are like I say. What is it going to take? What I'm asking you. You called in with this. If you were called in as a consultant, how can the Democrat numbers be trailing in early voting, if I'm correct, compared to others?
Well,
Republicans and independents or whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's because Republicans are voting more, it could be two things. And hopefully the latter one is I'm hoping that's good. You got some of these Republicans voting early because they want their candidate of interest to win, which is more or less the MAGA regime and the whiteness. And all the crazy stuff, the anti-Sharia law and all this other rigmarole about, that doesn't make sense about transgender sports, and all this other crazy rigmarole that doesn't make any sense, versus people that's Democrat, which really a majority of them are black. They shouldn't need nothing to tell them to vote. All they gotta do is look at the news. All they gotta do is look at the news. Look at CNN. Look at you look at Fox News and see all this in your face racism that's going on, and all this. And then Ralph, did you see Ralph? You know what, Ralph?
What?
Ralph,
what?
You know what, Ralph? I'm so frustrated, Ralph, because the fact is that
What
Ralph,
happened?
I'm so because Ralph, we can't. One thing we hate to see as just people, we hate to see people get away with murder and nothing happens to them. Ralph, this guy here, Trump, has gotten the got the DOJ, his DOJ, to ban the IRS for them going into the Trump and his family tax return, meaning that he's letting everybody know that he doesn't pay any tax. But yet it's still, he didn't have it, whereas they can't investigate him no more. And then also he's suing $1.4 billion from the IRS. Now, man, if nothing else, if you want these people that want to be colorblind and don't want to see racism and stuff like that, you just need to look at the immorality and the crookedness that this guy is doing.
So,
and the thing about black folks, Ralph, look.
Yes.
We got to be more strategic into voting.
Well,
now,
how do you, with all the things you see, I see more people, okay. The push should be more by the politicians.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because they the ones that's actually getting the numbers as far as the people vote. And you know what, Ralph? It needs to be this National Black Caucus and all these people need to be having town hall meetings ad nauseum in their district to get black people to vote. Or if nothing else, you get out there and encourage the registered voter people that are not voting to vote. You also need, because Ralph, it's enough it's enough registered black people out there that are eligible to vote that just won't vote. So you're going to have to do this ad nauseum, meaning that you need to stay on your constituents and on your community to get out there and vote. And if they vote, then your prices go down.
Well,
then your gas will go down.
Well, see, but if you're
Uh-huh.
not, if people are not encouraging people to vote, and see, like now, you got 5 days locally, if I'm correct, 5 days of early voting. Then the 26th comes up, right? That's Tuesday, if I'm correct. That's a week from now. 6 days from now. 6 days from now, you have the elections.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. It will be election day. So if they're not moving early voting wise, yesterday was a nice sunshiny day. The day before was a nice day. At night it's been different. But let's say if it switches, if it becomes horrible for you to get out to vote because of the weather, now and then on the 26th of next Tuesday you can't vote, and the numbers are low. The person that you may have been pushing, they won't come in.
Yep. It's Ralph. That's the strategy of black people need to use, which we won't use. I mean, everybody complain about on election day, oh, I can't vote here. Oh, they got lines as long as going out in the street and stuff like that. It's because you black folks get caught up in this voting nostalgia of going to the polls on voting day and stuff like that, and that's when they screw over you. The thing is, you don't hear nobody have any problems when they go early vote because all those distractors are not there, Ralph.
Well,
and Ralph also, although people that are working a 9 to 5 during the week and stuff like that, aren't the polls open for early voting on weekends? Where you can go and vote on the weekends?
I think they're doing 7 to 7 now, though. You've got time to. I think they're doing 7 to 7 early voting, if I'm correct. If not, somebody will call me correct.
You got time. You got time, Ralph, and then you don't have to worry about all that voter suppression and rigmarole that's going on election day. And it seems like now, Ralph, after all the stuff we see on TV, even the stuff with Jasmine Crockett in Dallas, which everybody mad talking about Jasmine would have won if they would have did this crap in Dallas and stuff, whatever. The thing is, Ralph, if black folks get out here and early vote, they don't have none of that stuff out there, and it seems like we won't even take that message and use that tactic
Okay, I got to hit
We're
you.
just not thinking.
I
Go ahead, Ralph.
got to hit you on one last one. Imagine I'm the 18-year-old that has a scholarship offered to one of these schools in these red states in the South. Why should, in your opinion, what should I do? Should I not answer them? Should I turn them away? Should I just go to a HBCU? In your opinion, what should I do? How should I address that? How should I answer? How should I reach a decision in that matter? On that matter?
At this point, how economics are, Ralph, your kids should go where the money is at. Sorry, but it's the money. And then when you get paid $1 million, also you can take advantage of that also and get your college education. Now, Ralph, you're getting paid $1 million not only to play football, but get a college degree.
Thank you.
Nobody think about that. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's try another one. And again, let's listen to this.
We are back with a new push to fight the wave of Republican redistricting efforts across the South, seeking to wipe out the few Democratic-held congressional seats in states like Alabama, South Carolina, and Louisiana. The NAACP is now urging black student athletes to boycott athletic programs at public universities in states that are pushing maps that the group says restrict black voting rights. The group's president says Republican-led southern states are seeking to reinstitute a sharecropping reality by recruiting black athletic talent to play for flagship universities while limiting black voters' ability to elect candidates of their choice. Joining us now is the national director of the NAACP's Youth and College Division, Tyleek McMillan. Tyleek, explain the strategy here and how many schools are we even talking about?
Yeah, the Out of Bounds campaign is ultimately about accountability, power, and the value of Black lives beyond performance. We are seeking and asking institutions to recognize that Black students and athletes are not just assets to be celebrated on game day, but they are human beings who are deserving of protection and representation in that investment. Everything in our lives is political because policy shapes our everyday existence. I think about my time graduating from North Carolina A&T. My first time voting in a presidential election was as a student. So understanding that the political power that students have on their campuses as they're being shifted to these universities to play sports, understanding and centering that is going to be important.
And again, we're talking about southern states that are the focus of this campaign, right? What states, what universities are you targeting?
Yeah, as we're looking at the southern states, as you mentioned here on the map, as we're looking at our Mississippis and our Floridas and our Louisianas, where we are seeing these attacks in broad daylight. This campaign is a call to students, but is also a deeper charge to families and alumni and consumers and faith leaders and communities to think critically about where we invest our time, our talent, and our visibility and our dollars. Black athletes and Black students generate enormous economic value for universities and states. Entire athletic programs and conference deals and institutional brandings are strengthened by Black talent and Black cultural influence. And so we are asking a fundamental question. If institutions benefit from Black excellence, why should they remain siloed when Black representation and democracy are under attack?
And I know this campaign was just announced, but have you heard from any student athletes yet who plan to participate in the boycott?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been in conversation with student athletes. We've been in conversation with professional athletes, professional coaches. And I would just say that our young people are paying attention to more than ranking in facilities. They are asking whether a campus is willing or a university is willing to defend their diversity, their equity, and their inclusion, to defend their voting rights and the truth in education. And so silence from these institutions sends a message, and it tells Black students whether they are valued only for what they produce or respected as full members of the campus community. And so we want to ensure that this generation understands their influence is directly impacted. Young people know where they commit their talents and visibility as economic and political weight. And we want to ensure that we are putting that pressure on these universities to speak up for their students, not only on, but also off the field.
Tyleek, there are student athletes who have worked their whole lives for a chance to play in a storied program at one of these universities. Do you really think teenagers are going to reject offers from a school like Alabama or LSU or Ole Miss out of principle?
Absolutely. I think, we're living in a generation where young folks, we are not just talking, they understand the power of their talent. And so it's just not about a facility or a coaching staff, but it's also about the dignity of the university in which they're going to attend. If the university upheld and makes sure that their Black life matters, or that, their representation matters, or that their inclusion matters, or their dignity matters, or their right to fair representation matters. And so these all play into account. And so we want to ensure that if there's not going to be an institution that lives up to that ideal or that morality, there are other universities and historically Black colleges and universities who will center community, or also universities in other states who believe in representation or believe in the fact of students being represented on and off the field.
Tyleik McMillan, we appreciate your perspective. Thanks so much for shining light on your campaign that you have.
Once again, that campaign, the NAACP and others are asking or trying to get the younger people who are in position to receive scholarships and funds via NIL and universities to boycott universities in red states and states that are redistricting. The number here is 713-668-1230. And again, you can pick this program up several different ways. Right now, if you're listening, you're about to get out of the car or whatever you're doing, you can go to 1230 The Source on YouTube. You can go to 1230 The Source on the YouTube. You'll be able to see me also. And you can catch the program. If you're not able to see it now, you can also go back and listen to it later. You can go back and tell others that they can listen to the program later. And that's 1230 The Source on YouTube, KCOH 1230 The Source on YouTube, KCOH The Source on the internet, and also I've got my Facebook site up, so I thank all of you who are doing that also, so you've got a number of ways to look at it. Caller, you're on.
Rob Cook.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I tell you, man, nationwide, Black folks is voting. They're voting right now. I've been watching TV, man, and the news and everything, and it's been a lot of...
Well, why do you think they're not voting here?
Different states.
Why do you think they're not voting here? Why do you think the numbers are low? Well, why do you think the Democratic numbers are lower here? And why do you think what's happening with that vote will have an impact on them asking these youngsters to boycott southern states in regards to scholarships, advancing, getting a better education and money?
Well, I just think it's because I already didn't voted, but
right.
Anyway, yeah. Well, anyway, people voting. It's still early. It's early voting.
Okay.
And I mean,
but why?
It's gonna get better.
Okay. Why did you vote early?
It's gonna get better.
Why did you go vote early?
Oh man, 'cause I want to hurry up and vote, man. Hurry up and make a change.
Okay.
In this country, man. This is ridiculous what's going on.
Well,
never seen anything like it, man.
Well, I agree with you. Well, let me ask you something. You have a grandson or a nephew, if I'm correct, a grandson, who's looking for a scholarship, right? An athletic scholarship.
Well,
you have
a scholarship.
Okay, he has one now?
Yeah, he been had one.
Okay. Well, let's say if a university in a red state approached him about coming to school on a scholarship, would you advise him to go there? How would you deal with that? If you were asked as a grandparent by a grandson or granddaughter, hey, I've got a scholarship from blah, blah, blah university. It's in a redistricting state. Should I accept it, or what should I do, Grandpa?
Well, I asked him, do you understand what's going on in society right now with the voting situation? Do he understand?
Okay.
And then we'll take it from there. I would tell him how I felt about it. But, on the other hand, if he tell me how he feels about it, that he want to go and everything, well, I have to put it in his hand because it's his future. It's his life.
And
You know what I'm talking about?
I understand. Hit me on the other thing I know you want to hit on. The New York Knicks came from 22 points back with a little bit more than 7 minutes remaining in the game and defeated Cleveland. Game number 1 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Championship Series. What your thoughts on the comeback? Your thoughts on Brunson's play? Your thoughts on the Knicks? Your thoughts on the Cavaliers blowing the lead or whatever? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, 'cause I watched the game, man. It was, you know, exciting game. And the Cavaliers were leading to about the last 2 or 3 minutes. And you know, after that, New York just took charge of the situation, went into overtime, and took care of business. They couldn't do nothing with Big Body Brunson.
No, they couldn't do nothing.
No, they couldn't do nothing with that brother, man.
Yeah, well.
And you know, I was hoping, you know, James Harden stepped it up.
Well, were you surprised like I was?
Now to get him a ring.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised the Cavalier coach didn't call timeout? I was. I don't know about you, but I was.
Yeah, well, I really wasn't paying attention to that, man. I was just, you know, looking at it. It came so quick.
Well,
you know, the way New York was scoring on them.
Well, that's why I would have called timeout. You had a 22-point lead with a little bit more than 7 minutes to go in the game. And when that lead got down to 15, probably I would have called timeout. Then, especially when it got down to 12 or 10 points, I would have been timing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, coach got to have his head in the game. Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. And I want to talk to you about this. He's saying they wasn't voting, but I mean they may not be necessarily right now in Houston, but around the nation they are.
Well, but
the young lady,
yeah,
you know the young lady, Major Lance daughter.
Bottoms over in Atlanta, in Georgia. She's running for governor.
Sir, man.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, she won. You know, she won the primary.
Right.
Yeah, she is answering.
But why do you
run for the guy against the governor? They look good for her right now.
So why do you think we don't have that kind of fire or spirit here locally then at this point?
Well, we've been through a whole lot of junk with this redistricting.
Yeah.
You know, and man, how many times have we voted? In the last, in the year, how many times have we voted this year?
Yeah.
This year, how many times we voted? I can't even count all the times we have voted. You know, people probably kind of, burn out, but they gon', they know how serious this thing is. This vote situation right here. Yeah, I mean, it's very serious, especially when it comes to African American, the way they doing our history and you know what I mean. we got to push back.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try another one. And caller, you're on.
Well.
Yes. Go ahead.
It is totally reprehensible, ridiculous, atrocious that you will ask our elite teenage athlete from whatever red, state, blue, green, yellow, I don't care. You keep them out that mess. Let them go make them millions of dollars that they have a higher probability of accomplishing so that when they get rich, then they can help. Do not put this on the back of them. They cannot, look here, being an athlete, especially when you're of the elitist of all the athletes, you have to be 100% concentrated on what you have to do, not only naturally, but what you learn from the coaches. When you get there to combine that to enhance your skills, which will increase the probability of you accomplishing those goals and becoming a multi-millionaire.
So you're saying the NAACP is wrong?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. I respect
Okay,
it.
and I'm just tell you that's the truth. Because you get these grown folks out there, put more legs, do not destroy the potential careers when they done worked so hard all their life, and then all of a sudden, they out there, they sacrifice all of that, lose all of that, because you have to be a 360-degree thinker, not 185, 80, not 95, 45, because you forget one important ingredient in this. We have the current president for a little over 3 years left, and if any one of those red universities give in to these elite athletes, look here, he would put punishment and take away so many millions of dollars.
Well, let me ask you this: as a fan, would you, as a fan, you're in a red state. Let's say you go into, they've got the U of H on that list. I've seen a list of the schools that they list. The U of H in Texas. Would you stay away from those games? Would you purchase a ticket to go see, knowing what's happening in the state of Texas in regards to it being a red state, redistricting and everything like that going on? And they're not only asking that for the youth to make a statement, but they're asking for fans to stay away from games. Any comment?
Let me tell you something. Yes, of course. Some people have a sweet tooth, like cinnamon rolls and chocolate milk and oatmeal cookies and stuff. Well, from birth, I was breeded to embrace athletics because it fulfills my personal enjoyment.
Would you go to the games? Would you go?
Yeah, I go to the game. Absolutely.
So
because there's more than one way to skin a cat, Ralph.
Okay, so I'm in the NAACP, and I say, man, can you miss some games? What would you tell me?
I would say, look, when you need a new president, call on me. We're going to go into a direction so that we will accomplish our goals without sacrificing our potential products of our youth, youngsters.
I'm not talking about the youth. I'm talking about the old. I'm talking about I'm talking about the older people now who attend games. Thank you very much. Caller, you're on. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, man?
All right. How are you?
Good. Thanks. Before I get to the politics and the high school players, as the Knicks, anytime you blow that amount of lead, everybody blames the some people, the coach and the players. They blame each other. Psychologically, that gets to you. I'm interested in how they're going to turn out the next game. You're either mentally defeated or you come out battling. What do you think's going to happen in the second game? And some people say, just forget about the first game.
Well,
it's a new game, right?
Yeah, I know if I'm watching a game and I can think about a coach calling timeout, I know, and the coach is not calling timeout.
You know the players think the same thing.
I, in my opinion, the coach has a problem. The coach didn't call timeout. You had a 22-point lead, 7+ minutes to go in the game, and you're playing a team at home, on the road, with Brunson is not the only star on that team. You've got other pieces to that team also. And you've got the 3-point shot involved in the game, and you had a situation, I think, where you had 4 timeouts left in the game. You could have used 2 of them at least, but you didn't call time. You let the lead creep down to where the game ends up going into overtime. One of your best shooters took a shot at as the game ended in regulation time. The ball rimmed out. Now you go into overtime. You just played to get into this situation. You just played a long game, so your team is tired, and then you still have James Harden out on the floor trying to guard their best player.
Yeah. So you're a player on this team. The coach calls a team meeting and apologizes, saying it's on me. As a player, do you respect more the coach or do you blame him more? I mean, if he
I think
comes
it's
out
going to be
and
a
say,
combination.
yeah,
I think it'll be a combination. They're going to still blame they'll still look at the coach a little differently, but they also know that they were out on the floor. But even when I saw several times where I think it was several times you had several different Cavaliers to come over to try to take James Harden off of Brunson, and he waved them off.
Yeah, and then if he doesn't apologize or say anything, I mean, that also would have. It'll be interesting. How they how they bounce back.
Right.
And they're professionals, right?
Well, you're professionals, but like I said, you had a chance to go in. You had a chance to pull that. You would be one up playing in New York.
That should have, could have, and imagine people. And I didn't bet on this game, but imagine people who had money on this game.
Right.
You're up with 7 minutes. You think you got it, right?
Well, some people went to sleep. I got messages from people who actually shut it down. When they were they were watching the game with 7 minutes to go in the game, and they shut it down. They thought the Knicks would lose. Then they wake up this morning, or you get a message, or you see down there, you got a message in the middle of the night. What happened? You tell me. You should have taped the game. Taped the game.
Yeah. Everybody has a story like that. You wake up and thought it was over. Yeah, we all over the years. That's right. Now on the high school players, I would advise them to not to do it. I mean, to go for the money, as the saying goes, because as long as Donald Trump is in charge, boycott or any boycott will not work, because to make change, the boycott is meant to make change. You can't make change in politics right now because Donald Trump basically controls the House, the Senate, whatever he tells his people, and his people is everyone, because they're scared of him. If they go against Trump, you know what happens, the messy. So in my opinion, as long as Donald Trump is in charge of the entire Republican Party, and the Republican Party is in control of the House and the Senate, how would this boycott work, ladies and gentlemen? It takes vote legislation to go in, and that's it. What's the intent of this boycott? To make change, right?
Right. And see, the other thing you've got to, at least if I'm dealing with somebody with that, a young person. If I'm a young person, I'm not going to be thinking like I am now. But if you're an older person sharing information with a younger person, you may want to tell that person, now look, it's been proven in recent weeks, they're trying to come up with ways to control the NIL money that these guys are getting, that these guys are being offered. They're trying to, right now as we talk, they're trying, okay, so if the money is on the table right now, and you as a black person, or you as a Latin person, a Mexican, or Italian, and you're sympathizing with what's happening in regards to the redistricting in these states, and you've got a child in a position to be well off right now, but people want him to boycott, him or her to boycott and not go to one of these schools right now, and they decide not to, and next year that money may not be there, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you take
that situation is different.
If you come from, shall we say, not so privileged family, a poor family, no way you're gonna forget the politics of it. Right. And as far as politics, Ralph, here in your neck of the woods, your home, Pearland, you said only 13% voted, something like that, right?
13 to 14% of the eligible or registered voters voted. Out of 89,000 people who were registered, if I'm correct, 89,000 people registered to vote, only 13 or 14% voted, and the mayor's race was decided by 200 or 300 votes.
Now, this still might surprise you or not, and it goes against what Jeff says, but everybody can look it up as public information. In the entire state, of Georgia yesterday, Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
Only 14% voted. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Well, it doesn't. Like I said, I saw the numbers in regards to Democrats and Republicans voting early now. Right.
Right.
I didn't. Yeah. My thing is the way this stuff is now. They put stuff out on the internet and social media about somebody. Texas Mike died or Ralph died, right? And we still live. So you got to double check this information, you know. And so I only trust. I can count on my eyeballs the numbers that I trust when I see them and where they come from, right?
Yeah, but you trust your political guy.
Yeah. We may disagree on stuff, which is good. I don't care. But my thing is, I know he's not going to put the wrong numbers out there.
I know.
He's going to go get the right numbers. So my thing is, why do we not vote? I'm serious now. I'm really serious.
Yeah. And we're not the first ones to ask that. I'm sure there's been studies. Right. Ask your guy, your political guy. What's his name? I forget.
Aubrey. Aubrey. Yeah, but go ahead, tell you.
Aubrey.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be one reason, Ralph. You know that.
No. And you go out, and I go out to Sunnyside. So I went to Sunnyside yesterday, and I grew up in. I grew up in the neighborhood, so I see some people. I say, hey man, I see somebody that I went to school with. They were about to vote, and they're not in the best health, right? They want a cane.
Right.
I say, hey man, you out here voting early? Why you out here voting? Why you voting early, if I may ask? And then you got to, hey man, I'm glad to see you. I listen, blah blah. And he said, hey man, I'm voting early because of these. I want the gasoline prices to go down. I can't go nowhere. That's what it came out of his mouth. He said, I've had to change my travels because of the price of gasoline.
Yeah, the affordability issue.
Right, and so you ask, where were you going that is impacting you? He said, fishing. I go down to Galveston or Seabrook to fish. And he said, where I could fill my car up, now it costs me 50% more, 100% more to fill it up compared to what it was a few weeks ago.
Right. And what people don't understand is whoever you want to vote, you want to win, and you get that person in Congress, he's just one person out of 435. He alone can't change it, but that person who voted for this guy or lady expects change right away, Pat. And it doesn't happen that way, Pat.
He did. This person that I told that to, he said, I hope. He said, our age, Ralph. He said, our age, Ralph, we can't wait too long, right? I said,
right. And the other thing is regarding voting. I mean, by now, is there anybody that doesn't know the reason why? And people hear it all the time, especially on the station. I mean, people died and got beaten up. You know the best argument as to why people should vote, and if it hasn't worked by now, just keep repeating it. How can you get someone to vote? What's your best argument? What's your best
get to know? My argument is to get as much information as you can on the persons that you have a choice to make on. Try to get as much information as you can, and if they're local people, try to get in front of them somewhere where you can ask a question in front of them.
No, I worded it wrong. Say a person doesn't vote right now.
Right.
Your best argument for getting that person that impact and all that, but is there any better argument than that?
My argument is right now. You can make a change now if enough people go out and vote. But you've got to get up and go vote. I mean, let's just say the people down in Pearland, the ones that voted, let's just say they had decided to stay home, and the ones who made the difference, let's just say they decided to stay home. You would have had another kind of situation there. Somebody came out happy because they got the person they wanted elected.
Okay, I'll be fair. I'm thinking Well, if that works, Ralph, let's try it. But no, honestly, I doubt it would work, to be fair.
Well, that's how he won, though. That's how the guy in Pearland won. He was everywhere. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I saw his sign. I saw his sign in some yards. I was looking for some Confederate signs in the yard. If you understand. If you understand what I'm saying.
But the question is, how do you, anybody out there? How can you get somebody to vote who hasn't voted? Ralph gave you one of his ways. But would you be surprised if the 18th has a low voter turnout, just like Pearland, Ralph? Would you be shocked?
No, I'm not shocked. And I think that's what some people want.
That says it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked, and I'm kind of expecting it. But after all the talk about voting, the voter turnout on the 18th, we shall see. Have a good day, Ralph.
And thank you very much. And who you got in the next game? Are you riding with the Spurs? You're from San Antonio,
well, tonight,
right?
I mean, they don't have anybody stop our big guy. You saw the game. Man, they're calling this guy the best right now. And I'm like you. I'm with my heart, Ralph. And yeah, I'm going with Spurs. Yeah.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Okay. Let's try another one. Caller, you're on. Go ahead.
Well, what's happening, man?
Oh, you've got it. You've got it. Go ahead.
Oh.
And again, let me do this right quick. You can go to YouTube and catch this program also. YouTube, 1230, The Source, YouTube, and make sure you share it with others that they can also go back and pull this program up later tonight. You missed Paris this morning. You're excited. His program is already out there, if I'm correct. 1230, The Source, YouTube. Go ahead, Spike.
Okay. Oh, okay. I can go to YouTube and catch this too, you say?
Yeah, go to 1230 The Source on YouTube, and you should be able to pull it up also. So if you got another way to pull it up, so jot that down, and also you can go back and pull it up and listen to it later also, okay?
Right on, okay. Hey, well, check this out, man. This is not, I'm just getting back from home from San Antonio, man. Family reunion, man. Had a ball.
Y'all had tacos or barbecue?
Man, we had all of that. Just what you named, we had all of that. Man, had a ball, bro. But look here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, them schools don't have nothing to worry about. Them people ain't going nowhere. They got too much money to offer them. They ain't got to. And and most of them that they're giving it to is not used to that.
Yeah.
I mean, in their heart, they would love this. I wish I could do it, but too much money.
But I'm asking you something. Is it with the way society? See, it was different back in the day. Okay, what I find ironic about this is at one time, those states, those red states making those moves, etc. They didn't want your black behinds on their campus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and that wasn't that long ago. Not 50 years ago or so. So they didn't want you on the campus. So you're in there, and now you have a chance. The NAACP and everybody else was fighting for you back then to get in, right?
Yeah.
And now they're fighting and asking you not to go. I never thought I would see anything like this. You know what I'm talking about when you look at the whole picture?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I remember back like in 67, 68, watching the Southwest Conference.
Right.
And seeing how slow it was in slow motion.
Right.
You watching the games.
Yeah.
In slow motion. And then when all them brothers started coming in, it was just like the ABA. You watching the NBA, and then here come the ABA on TV, and you say, man, what is they doing? Man, they really getting down. It's total different game.
Right.
So, I mean, so I'm just saying.
And see, like I said,
go ahead.
Being one, I can remember when this had to be around the University of Alabama played in the Cotton Bowl. So I rolled up to Dallas, right?
Was it Texas they played?
I can't remember who they played for some reason. I don't know. It's not on my. But a day or two, about 3 or 4 days before the game, I rolled up there, right? Because I knew they were in town, and I knew which hotel they were staying in. So I rolled up to the hotel, and I go and I'm looking I'm looking for the PR guy, because we didn't have all this stuff like we do now, right? So, but I see Coach Bear Bryant, Paul Bear Bryant, getting his shoes shined.
Yeah.
And that's all I saw. Him and the shoe shine man, who looked like I know in the hotel lobby. You know, in the hotel lobby, you know how they have him sitting up high. So I rolled up there, and just as I'm about to ask him about interviewing his players who were black, two lone state troopers came. I never saw them. You know, with the hats on and everything, from Alabama. I realized, so he said, hold it. When they moved on me, and he told me to hold it. Let me see what the young man would like. So I told him who I was, and it was KYOK in the Forward Times, newspaper in a black station in Houston. And I wanted to interview his black ball players. He said, you want to interview him? I said, yes. I said, you've got about 6 or 7 on your team. He said, you going to interview all of them? I said, if you give me about 30 minutes or less, between 25 and 30 minutes, I can. If you get them in one place, I can interview all of them with a tape recorder. And he whoever it was, he had an assistant there. He said, go find Spike and bring him here. Spike was the PR man. And he told him when he came, he said, this young man, tell him your name again. I told him my name. He said he's from Houston. He works with the Negro, he used the word Negro, the Negro newspapers down there, the Negro newspapers and radio station, and he wanted to interview the Negro players on the team. He said, take him to Sylvester Coombs, that's what we was talking about, the center. Take him to Sylvester and tell him to make sure that he gets everybody on the team on tape. He said, how many minutes you go? I said, about 20, 25 minutes or less. So I said, wait a minute, hold it. Now, you know, a Negro can get arrogant. I said, Coach, can I get about 4 or 5 minutes with you on tape? He said, I'm going to be in the restaurant. He said, when you get through, come back. He said, bring him back in the restaurant when he get through. He told that guy, Spike. He said, bring him in the restaurant, and you can interview me for 2 or 3, 4 or 5 minutes or whatever. So that's how. But what I'm saying is, now think, that's 1970, that's 50 years ago, right? 50, 55 years.
Yeah.
Look how it's changed now.
Right.
These youngsters don't know anything about Sam Cunningham coming to Alabama and with USC and running all over Alabama back in the day.
Right.
But we got to teach it. You know.
Yep. Yeah. See, so that this is why I'm saying. See, those people was thinking way ahead. See, they saw this day coming.
Right.
I'm saying they saw this day coming. Hey, we got to do something. We gonna deny it and deny it and deny it for years and years and years, paying the athlete.
Right.
But then that's gonna come a point in time when we gonna have to. And what's going on right today is, you know they have to if they want to keep making them billions that they make.
Well,
I'm talking about the major schools.
You're talking about the money, yeah. See, but see, think about you think about where it is now, and you look at without the young people knowing the history and the impact, the full history and the impact of what their ancestors went through to get to where they are now, able to vote and do all this, go to these schools and all this kind of stuff. They don't know nothing about James Meredith getting shot trying to get in the Ole Miss.
Right. They don't know nothing about that.
They don't know nothing.
Right.
They don't know anything about it. Then they don't know anything. I mean, so now you want them not to go, but then again, you're old enough to remember, and they come and ask you, hey man, don't go to the game. I'm talking about as a black fan, a white fan even. Don't go, stay away from the game. You say, wait a minute, man, I'm in that Tuscaloosa. I'm going to the Dreams Barbecue. I'm gonna get me some beer and ribs, and I'm going to the football game. Forget what they're talking about doing.
Absolutely, that's just you're absolutely right. But my thing on that, is, man,
Yes.
Like I say, how they say, you know, I believe myself. See, when you own the federal broadcast system that allows stuff to get put across the air, and we don't have nothing to do with that. You know, they can put that, say, you know, just say they'll get on the radio. 20% of black people voted, and 80% can even voted. But they get on there and say, like I say, 20%. But they own all that, the broadcast. They the ones that control that.
Well,
so they can say that. Remember the hanging chads.
Yeah.
Remember the hanging chad. And I keep telling people, don't forget that. Because if they did that then, cheating on you think you voting for this person, but your vote is going to this. Don't think them people and just stopped. They not that kind of people. They done came up with something else, and I got something to say on that.
Hit me right quick. I got a guess. Hit me right quick.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The only reason all of this is going, look here. If they wasn't afraid of us, they wouldn't be gerrymandering or nothing. If we wasn't voting. But I want to say this right quick. Hey, when Donald Trump was in that stadium telling the people, not because he said if he won, they wouldn't have to vote the next year. He said, if you haven't voted, talking to the people that he talking to in the stadium, if you haven't voted, you don't have to vote. We're going to win the election.
Yeah, the day before. He said that day before. Yeah, I remember that.
That following week, Ken Paxton was on Sunday morning talking. They was interviewing him. He said Elon Musk had him over for dinner and told him to tell his CPAC people, we're going to win all 7 swing states, and we're going to win the election. How you know this in the election haven't even been done yet if you don't know something. The Starlink system, and I keep telling people, the Starlink system stole that election from Homegirl. They stole the election, and that's what they doing that. That's what's going on, man.
Well,
and I'm just saying, Ralph. And nobody said, I don't hear none of the black politicians even bringing it up. Even when it happened, Rachel Maddow had it on her show.
I know
about that, man.
Yeah.
And you never heard, you still don't hear people saying nothing about that, man.
Well, thank you. I got to go. Thank you.
Right on, my brother.
Okay. Yeah. And stay out of trouble. Thank you. Well,
Later.
I put it this way. Stay in good trouble, like John Lewis would say. Good trouble. Thank you.
Are you looking for a pharmacy where you're more than just the next person in line, where the pharmacists are friendly, willing to talk to you about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, where they make deliveries to customers in the general area? Then you need my pharmacy of choice, Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, right off of I-10 East, near the 610 Loop. James Muldrow and his staff are there to serve you. I've been a customer for over 37 years. The insurance companies have tried to steer me to the corporate pharmacies, but I prefer Mercury Drive. It's a staple in East Houston, serving Fidelity, Jacinto City, Pleasantville, Fifth Ward, North Shore, Wood Forest, Galena Park, Channel View, offering free delivery to those areas and others. Most insurances are accepted. Mercury Drive Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Phone 713-674-6122, 713-674-6122. Mr. Muldrow and his staff are happy to serve you. Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, south of I-10 East.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem. problem, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you gotta do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
In life's most difficult moments, comfort matters. At Lord Edward Memorial, we believe every life is a blessing worth honoring with dignity and care. With a combined 60 years of experience, our compassionate staff walks beside your family with faith, respect, and understanding. Lord Edward Memorial, serving families with grace, compassion, and heartfelt care. Visit us at 6677 Rookin Street, Houston, 77074, or give us a phone call at 346-446-6675.
If we don't win the midterms, they'll find a reason to impeach me.
Donald Trump's crypto cronies and mega allies are coming after me because I laid the foundation for his impeachment. When you have the courage to challenge power, you get threatened.
You ain't gonna impeach nobody, you f***er. You'll be hanging from a tree.
Hey, Al Green, we got an impeachment for you. It's gonna be yours. In fact, we even give you a short trout before we hang your nigger.
You're fixing to be without a job, motherfucker. Your is mine, clear as day, boy. I know you're scheduling everything. Watch your whole family.
Boy, what an embarrassing you are.
You better tell Al Green to watch his back. He might wind up dead at the way he just acted.
These are some of the many threats I get. I'm Al Green, and I approve this message because I'm not afraid to take a stand.
Early vote, May 18th through the 22nd. Election day is Tuesday, May 26th. Political ad paid for by Keep Al Green in Congress.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental, 713-738-1999.
And I'm back. I'm Ralph Cooper. And again, we thank all of you who are listening. Let me see if we can have a chat with Chappie. And let me see if we can find Chappie, Attorney Warren Fitzgerald Muhammad. And a chat with Chappie is something I enjoy doing because we get a different kind of viewpoint also. Attorney Muhammad, are you there?
I'm here, Ralph. How you doing today?
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, you're about to experience a chat with Chappie. And for the sake of those who may not know the influence of Chappie in your life, share with them that part of it, Attorney.
Okay, I got the name Chappie at birth after my maternal grandfather. His name was Chappie O'Shea. And he was a very prominent person in the Acres Home community. He owned the first full-service grocery store in Acres Home, to my knowledge, right on West Montgomery. He sold dry goods, rice and beans, canned goods. He went to the butcher shop and bought cows by the half and brought them back and butchered them himself and served fresh steaks and roast and what have you. And even allowed his customers to pay on credit. They had an account, and they could come in and get food on their account and pay at the end of the month or the first of the month, whatever the case may be. So he was very significant in this community, and my mother, I'm named after my father, Warren Fitzgerald Jr., but my mother named me Chappie as well. The moment I opened my eyes.
Okay, so we're in the midst of a chat with Chappie. And let me see which one. I'm going to surprise Chappie today. We'll go. Chappie, what would you like to start off the conversation with? I know I caught you by surprise because
Yeah, man. There's so much going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna see which way you want to go. You can go first. Go first. Go whichever way you want to go.
Okay, well let me get some sports out the way right quick.
Okay.
That Wimbiana is a bad.
Yes. Yeah.
And he really, you and I both got the opportunity to see that. He reminds me a lot of the impact that Kareem Jabbar had on the league when he came in.
Right, and in my case also, Wilt Chamberlain, from what we saw earlier. We didn't, ladies and gentlemen who may be younger than us, of course, we didn't have the opportunity to see Wilt or Bill Russell or even Jabbar at an early age as much as you have in regards to seeing this young man over in San Antonio. So, but we did see them, and you can make a fair comparison in regards to the impact that he has on the game right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like San Antonio to win that series?
I'm rooting for San Antonio. I want they got some young dogs on that team.
Yeah, they can play. Yeah, okay.
They can play.
What about this Brunson? Brunson reminds me of some of the guys in Sunnyside back in the day that used to play on the play on over at Sunnyside Park and Worthing on the courts. They were gonna be there all day. You know what I'm talking about? They're up. They never lost, is what I'm saying. They found a way to play all day.
And you know, I keep looking at Bronson, asking myself, how is he this good? You know, I keep doubting that he's really as good as he is.
Right.
But he is that. He's him. You know.
Right. He's not built like Michael Jordan or Magic or those kind of guys. He's got he's got a what I call a garbage can type body. When I say that, a guy who's going to work somewhere with a lunch pail somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But his pail is a basketball. The way he bounced that ball off, how he knew just how high to get that ball up off the glass last night where they couldn't block the shots.
Tell you, that was amazing. At the top of the backboard.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's playground. Can't nobody. That was learned on the playground. You know that, or wherever you learned. Yeah. That was a learned habit. So you like the Knicks there, or what? I mean, you think can Cleveland come back? What is the impact of blowing a lead like that? 22. I blame the coach who didn't call timeout.
I do too.
Oh, okay.
I think the Cavaliers. I really think they have a better team.
Right, they do. But they gave a game away last night.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
And
I'm a big fan of Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, right. They get, and then you didn't call timeout to get Harden off of Brunson.
They were hunting for Harden.
That's what I'm saying. And then Harden waved. I think Mitchell I saw him one time. He waved. Mitchell tried to come over to take Brunson on, and he waved Mitchell off.
and then Brunson blew right past him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You know. So hey, man, but it's enjoyable basketball. You had double overtime and an overtime game in the first two conference championship series, which is fantastic. Yeah.
It's good basketball. Good basketball. Looking forward to tonight.
Right. So what's sucking on your list there, Chappie?
Your boy Trump, man. You know we gotta talk.
Yeah. Well, he come up with a way. The IRS can't touch him or his family. Or you, if you got a check from him or whatever, some money from him, you may be in good shape. You don't have to worry about it.
They didn't just do it. And what gets me, they did his taxes were leaked.
Right.
From what I understand. And
right.
that was wrong. That guy went to prison.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So he got a fair claim there. So he sues the IRS.
Right.
Over the man leaking his tax return. Okay, that's fair. So the IRS, the Department of Justice, enters a settlement with him.
Right.
That the IRS can't go after him for any of his back taxes, and his friends or affiliates. They made it so broad. I'm like,
and his family members.
Yeah, Sam, how did that even come into the case of somebody leaking his tax return?
Right. So he gets
just gave him a blanket.
right, and then he's
and
trying.
then set aside over $1 billion slush fund.
Right. And then he's trying to. He's got monies there for the individuals who took part in the January 6th revolt. The people who on the illegal side, they can possibly get some money.
Right.
But do you think, okay, now, but I understand some of the law officials that were involved who were victims. They're filing a lawsuit to try to stop that from happening. Do you think they have a chance? I mean, do they have, well, you can always file a lawsuit. There's always a chance you can win.
Well, I think by right and by law they should, but the only problem is the composition of the court. Because if it gets up to the Supreme Court, he got the deck stacked.
Right. Yeah. Comes up before Clarence Thomas, you know which way the vote going.
Right.
Yeah. So.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, I know. And the thing about this, you see you see what's happening with the red states, the redistricting, and also with the people who may have wanted him impeached, how he's come back and he's been able to get them removed or voted out of office.
Yeah.
And then
they targeting them, and they're weaponizing everything against anybody he perceived as his enemy.
Well, you look at the situation here.
Yeah.
Do you, in the case of Al Green, Congressman Green, who's running against Congressman Menifee, but we know Congressman Green's, we know what his feelings are about impeaching Donald Trump. He's tried it, and he talks about it all the time. And you're in a state where they have made a redistricting move, which you came through District 9. Now it's part of District 18, and there's only one district, but you have two congressmen there. You were the congressman in the other district, but now you got to fight another congressman to keep your position. And the state is red. The money is being dropped. Do you think he can? Is it any chance he can win? I mean, even I'm asking.
Talking about Green?
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean in the
runoff? The runoff is 6 days away now. 6 days away,
right.
And you got.
He's got a good shot. I mean, there were only a few percentage points between he and Menifee. The first time around that resulted in the runoff. So he's got a good shot, And it's really unfortunate because honestly, I think both of them are qualified individuals.
And I'm like you. I feel that we should have positions where both should be occupying those positions instead of running against each other. I'm like you on that. So, and I just want to get that out there, but that's not the case. And the way let's say whoever wins, whichever one wins, can they beat a Republican? You got a Republican side of that event also, right?
You sure do. And that was the purpose of the redrawing of the map and the redistricting to try to load it so that a Republican would have a better chance to win.
Right.
It's an uphill fight, so the vote's going to be very important.
So what do you think?
In this primary for whoever you want to be that person to run in November, and then that November election is going to be extremely important.
Right. So what do you think?
Well, I've been thinking about this quite a bit, about this whole redistricting thing.
Yes.
And I started looking at the early career of Martin Luther King. And I think one of the most effective things that Martin Luther King did was that Montgomery bus boycott.
Right.
Well, they refused to ride after Rosa Parks, and there were two other ladies who were arrested before Rosa Parks, from what I understand. But
right, there were, yeah.
But they organized a boycott because I was thinking, how do we get to this Voting Rights Act at a time when we really didn't have the right to vote.
Right.
So we didn't get there through voting. We got there through the movement. Through our
Protesting.
mobilization.
Yeah, protesting. Yes.
Protesting, marching, lawsuits, boycott. And that's why the boycott was so effective, because they actually said, you don't want us on your bus. Guess what? We're not going to ride the bus at all.
Right.
And they organized carpools and black taxi cab drivers and everything. And it finally got this case to the Supreme Court and won.
Right.
But it took a movement. And I think with this redistricting and all of this, I think it's going to take more than the vote. I voted this morning. I'm not against voting, actually for voting. But I think it's going to take organization on a larger level to start to turn things around.
Well,
and, you and I come up in the days of the movement.
Right.
I don't know where the movement is anymore.
Well, I don't think the movement is where the NAACP can persuade youngsters 18 and 19, 20 years old to not go to historically white universities that didn't want us on the campuses 40, 50, 30 years ago to play sports, but now they want us there. I don't think you can persuade those youngsters, those black youngsters, and even the white ones who may sympathize or empathize with them or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think you can persuade people. I don't think you can keep them from going to the universities in these red areas.
Well, you have to deal with their awareness on the one hand, but you also have to address the money factor. Those
Right.
youngsters are making a lot of money
Right.
off of these NIL deals, and it's hard to ask a youngster who, worked since he was a kid to become a D1 level athlete, and now he's got a chance to make money that can change not only his life but his family's life. You're asking them to sacrifice a lot, and in any movement there has to be sacrifice.
Right.
But that's why it's going to take a movement, because NAACP, donors, black businesses, sympathetic businesses, because you can't ask them, those guys, don't go to Texas A&M, don't go to UT, go to Prairie View, go to TSU, and be broke. You got to address some kind of way to get them some money to at least be somewhat competitive.
Right.
In order to make that make sense to them.
Right. Well, the other part of that thing is where you got the NAACP trying to get these athletes not to go to those schools. They're also addressing fans. Do you think black people or any group of people will stay away from those games because of the state's redistricting and how it's impacting blacks? Do you think anybody's going to stay away?
I may sound cynical, Ralph.
I'm asking. Go ahead.
I don't know if our consciousness level is at that point yet. I
Right.
don't know if we've suffered enough pain to motivate us on that level.
Right. You and people our age may embrace that, and a few
Yeah.
people a little bit younger. But see, they didn't live. This group of blacks and this group of people didn't live during that. They didn't experience what we experienced, even on the white side. How many white ministers or white people in the clergy or white fans are going to stay away from the games to support this movement? Like, say, some whites came and supported Dr. King and that group back in the day.
It's an uphill climb. Ralph.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, I don't know if we felt enough pain yet. I mean, I'm sure you probably experienced it. I can still remember being turned away from an ice cream counter at a drugstore in the Heights.
Hey, man.
I've never forgotten that. I have never forgotten it.
I can remember having the barbecue places in a black neighborhood, and I got to go to the back door. Can't go in and eat. Not only could you not go in and eat, you couldn't go through the front door.
And listen, Ralph.
Yeah.
When your family go out of town on a trip, your mother would cook big baskets of chicken and tuna fish sandwiches.
Right.
and stock up on some sodas because you couldn't just stop anywhere to get something to eat.
But see, I'll share this with you. We had a barbecue place I can't remember this place. It was where whites ate. Whites ate in it. So I was coming the World Series. You remember the World Series used to come on in the daytime.
Yeah.
So it was before I got home, and I decided I wanted to know the Dodgers were winning or whatever, right? So I walked straight into the barbecue place with all these white people sitting around eating. I knew they had a TV in there, right? So I played dumb for a moment and got in front of the TV. Now, the white manager or whatever, he begged for some of the black people to come out of the back to get this, what out of here. You know what I'm talking about?
That N-word.
Yeah. So I'm standing in front of the TV set trying to catch the score, and then you finally get the score, and then the blacks there took care of me. They say, "Yo, come on, son, you came through the wrong door. Come on in there. Come on, go out this way. Come on, go out." Then they gave me some barbecue on the way out. Gave me a barbecue sandwich.
Just get your behind out of here.
Yeah. I said to myself, maybe I should do this more often. Then I thought about it. I said, no, I was lucky. You're lucky you didn't get hurt coming up through here. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So you think about all that kind of stuff, and you wonder where. Go ahead.
I think the way things are going.
Yes.
I remember. I don't know if I heard it or read it. I'm not a big Bible scholar, but that was something that was said in the Bible. Maybe the Bible scholars can correct me or confirm me, but it said God remembered.
Yeah.
And I was asking, how did God remember?
Yeah.
And I thought about us. At some point, we have to remember.
Well, we've got to keep teaching. We got to keep teaching it also. What we experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because they're gonna at the rate they're going.
Yeah.
They're gonna wake up a sleeping giant.
Right. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah. Because see, the one thing that we didn't have that they have, I got to give them, and I'm talking about the younger people. Mm-hmm. They have social media. They have more ways of communicating with each other. They've got more money, and they've also been free for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, and they've got a chance to put their hands on some other stuff. But see, I'm going to ask you this, I'll leave you. In San Diego yesterday, you had some teenagers who decided to go to a mosque and take some lives, right?
Right.
And you had one of the security man was a Muslim. And
right, Abdullah.
Yeah, right. With 7 or 8 children, maybe more. And they say if it wasn't for him stepping up, putting his life on the line that he lost, more people would have died there yesterday. And then you had a mother who comes home or is at home and realizes her car is gone, and that her son and some weapons are missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she had some conversations with her son earlier about taking lives and hating people, but it was all too late. And then the two of the alleged shooters took their own lives, right?
Right.
Teenagers, but it make you wonder what kind of mentality can you have? What led your when I was a teenager, when we were that age, we had something else on our mind, right? Not that, no matter how bad things were. What would lead teenagers to what leads you to have that kind of mentality?
Well, society has just changed so much. Everything surrounding this younger generation is violent. The games they play, the music they listen to,
right?
The video games, the countries at war. I mean, we see news every day of women and children being bombed and slaughtered and killed,
right?
As if it's nothing,
Right,
and I think people become desensitized to the loss of human life.
Well,
it's a slippery slope,
Right, and this is the last one I got. This came back to my and people are not talking about this. Okay, when Iran was bombed, and they took out the leaders of Iran's government, right? That they felt they couldn't control. They wanted them out of the way. They killed them, right?
Right.
So now last weekend they go to Nigeria, and they killed a guy who was, I think, number 2 on the ISIS list, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took him out, but the other thing about that shooting and that killing, they haven't told you how many other people were killed. Were victims, who were some of the other, were normal people victims in this particular takeout in the middle of a city over in Nigeria? But there's no racism, right?
Right.
The guy looked like you and I. The pictures I've seen, he looked like you and I. But they haven't disclosed any of the other people, any of the other victims. And the only way I got what I got, I went on the internet and went to Nigeria and pulled up Nigeria news.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? But think about it, they haven't really, this happened over the weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was unaware.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen anything come across, anything in the mainstream.
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, how can people get in touch with you if they need an attorney? Give your number out, the media site, and thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, Warren Fitzgerald Muhammad, the law firm of Warren Fitzgerald Muhammad. My phone number is 800-397-7760.
One more time, numbers again?
800-397-7760. And my email is warren@wfmlawfirm.com.
So I guess what kind of law you just deal with divorces, or what do you deal with? I'm messing with you, man. Go ahead.
I stay away from that divorce court. I got post-traumatic.
I got you. I understand.
But personal injury, if you've been in a car wreck, an 18-wheeler, any type of injury claim, if you suspect that you may have been a victim of doctor's negligence or hospital negligence, I handle medical malpractice cases. So any type of injury, if you're hurt, you feel like you've been a victim, feel free to give me a call and I'll give you an analysis and be happy to talk with you. And also, I've had decades of criminal defense work and general litigation, but I mostly do the personal injury at this stage.
Okay. I want to thank you. I enjoyed it. A chat with Chappie, Attorney Warren Fitzgerald Muhammad. We thank you. I thank you, okay? Thank you.
Enjoy talking with you as always, and God bless you and all your listening audience.
And the same to you. God bless you. Thank you.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's see if we can try another one. Caller, you're on.
Hey, Coop, what's happening?
All right, how are you?
No complaint. No complaint. I hear the echoing words of Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
When guys come up with these different conspiracy theories about the election.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and his words are, what difference does it make? I mean, what do people anticipate? Let me ask you this question, Ralph. Let's say that the Democrats take the House. Everybody pushing all their chips on the table, man. Wow, because from day to day, they spend so much time describing how Trump is an uncircumcised Philistine. Okay, he's bad. He's a Godzilla walking the land, right? So somebody got to do something about it. So let's ask ourselves the question. Let's say that the Democrats take the House.
Right.
Okay. That seems to be what people want. Okay. What do they anticipate happening?
Well, see,
after these people are sworn in January of 2027, I guess. I mean, what should they Democrats do, and what do you think they will do with this newfound majority?
I really don't know, but see, this is where you create those kind of questions being asked. When you have, say, in a year's time, from last January 25th to January 26th, when you have over 4 million people no longer on food stamps or food assistance. I'm not saying that all the people that were there should have been on food stamps or getting assistance, but you took some innocent people off that needed that particular help. Some people who were not planning on being there that long even are no longer on there. Then you You went and took jobs. You decided to bring in an outsider who became a citizen and put him over running people out of federal jobs.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, jobs that impacted families that were headed maybe by black females, which had an impact on black females and others. So my point is that's what people are looking for, some relief there. Then you had 2 people killed in Minnesota. 2 people killed in Minnesota, and it has never, has it really been disclosed who killed the people? Who were the ISIS, who were the ICE guys who had masks on, who killed the people, even if they're innocent? Let's just say the guys are innocent that did the killings. Why don't we know who they are? That's what people, that in my opinion, that the threat of violence on, then you have people they built all of these places. What are the purposes of these ISIS type, these facilities? What's the real intention of them?
Yeah, so we know these have been headline stories, each one you just outlined. I don't think anybody's asleep, and especially people listening to this radio station. But the question is, what if the Democrats get the majority in the House? What do people expect to happen?
They expect some of the things I just said to not happen. Or they expect solutions to that. They expect to see more food they expect to be able to buy more food for the monies that they spend, or to get more gasoline in their vehicles. That's what, if there's nothing else other than that. We're going back to what the man promised. The man promised relief in all these areas, right?
I'm not so sure.
I'm talking about Trump now. When he was elected, no wars. There was no, he said.
I know, but we passed the campaign speech to what actually has happened.
Right. What I'm saying, you asked me what do people want. People want some relief. Hey man, if I got $100 and I go into the store and I come back outside, I got 2 damn brown bags. I want some damn relief. That's what I want. I want more for my. I used to fill a whole trunk up with $100.
Yeah. So that's what people expect to happen. They expect to.
In some cases, that's what people want. They
groceries.
want. Yeah. In some cases, groceries and relief in regards to other things like I said, the gasoline for one. The price of even clothes is going up.
Yeah. Okay. So we can agree. Okay, these things are up. We want that to happen. How will that happen?
With a Democrat in office, you got to make sure you put the right person in. I'll go back to something else I said earlier. When you get ready to vote for these people, whoever you're voting for, you need to find out where they're speaking and get in front of them and ask them these questions that I'm asking or posing right now. You need to know the people you're voting for a little bit better, in my opinion. You need to know them.
Yeah, but if you casually, I don't want to go down this road, but when you casually talk about Mr. Green, you don't talk about what I just asked. You talk about the fact that he, wants to impeach Trump.
No, I talk about what I've talked about the other part of it. If I lived in that area, that would be the first thing coming out of my mind. I'm excited to see a black guy mayor in Pearland, but if you think I'm not going to go to City Hall when they have these meetings and ask how is my living in Pearland going to improve now that you're mayor?
Exactly.
See, that's what. Exactly. Yeah. See, so that's what you. See, I see a picture of him the other day with somebody I respect a lot, and I've known this individual way longer than I've known him, and this individual is of another nationality. But we had another kind of relationship because of our work, and I respect the individual. But when I saw the 2 of them together the other day in the presence of each other talking business, it led me to hey, he's moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. There's some video out there on Mr. Menifee. I think by one of the people that you work with, a young lady attorney. At a press conference.
Attorney Lewis. You mean
yeah,
Lewis?
You familiar with that video saying that Mr. Menifee caused some family problems for when he was representing the county.
Right. And I've extended invitations to these individuals to come here, but I'm not in the ass kissing business. I can invite you, but if you don't want to accept the invitation, that's on you. But Attorney Lewis is someone I really, really respect, and you'll hear.
Are you familiar with the other side of the story? Is there more to that story?
I don't know, but the people they're welcome to come in and discuss it.
Yeah.
See, all right. And see, going back to Trump and this IRS thing, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
You've been reading about. I've been sharing stuff with you about Al Capone, right?
Right. Big Al.
Yeah. So think about if Big Al was around now. Big Al was around now and said he sees the Trump deal, and Big Al said, "Hey, I offered these people $1 million+, and I was willing to accept 2.5 years in jail or whatever, and here they are falling prey to Trump. The whole family can walk. Nobody has to worry about going to jail."
No, but you know what? Trump.
Yes, sir.
Got educated on the job.
Yeah, I know he did. He came back stronger than ever.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know why people find Trump that surprising. I mean, it's like Dr. Lovelace, in with Wild Wild West, he kept escaping from Jim, right? Yeah. Right. Trump escaped all that, charges, treason,
everything,
tax,
everything.
Yeah. And so you think that this guy is not going to come back stronger and more fortified
than ever?
Yeah, he's 40. He knows a lot more than he did the first time, and he's not gonna.
The Democrats.
Yeah, he's just gonna win. I don't know.
The Democrats took him too lightly, in my opinion. If you got 34 convictions on the table, and right. I'm in power, and I can't keep you from running for president, I'm not doing something right. Think about it.
And that almost, and that speaks to the fact that why should people follow them?
Yeah, right. If you couldn't keep him out of office, and now you want to come back and tell these youngsters, don't accept these scholarships at these these universities in the red states.
Exactly. Right.
But you had the power.
Man, right. So you want me to go with you, and you had all this, and you still, it doesn't make sense. You're right.
No, that's how these youngsters. You see, I'm sharing something with you, how some of these youngsters think now. I've been hit with it. I've been hit. They say you wouldn't have done it. You would have found this. They say they're showing you people have respect for. They say you would have found a way, and some of the people you would have found a way where he couldn't have run for president.
Exactly. I know I could have.
Well, maybe they overestimated us. I got to go. So thank you.
Yeah. No. All right.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. I got a few of you holding. You got to call me earlier. But Carly, you're on. Go ahead.
Ralph.
Yes.
Oh, man. Cup of latte.
Yeah.
Look here, Ralph. I got a lot of respect for the same lady you got a respect for. And, man, I'm so glad that I was sort of up in the air on my decision on this 18th Congressional District.
Right.
And actually, I went to an event Sunday evening over in the Missouri City area.
You're talking about Attorney Yumika Lewis. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And when I saw and heard her, I thought about you. And when she exposed that type of foolishness, when we got representatives supposed to be representing the best interests of our community, and they on the side with the enemy, that says a lot to me. Especially when they had no business involved in the situation in any kind of way. That spoke volumes to me, and it goes to what you and Cup of Coffee was just talking about, man. These guys, let me not cuss. These damn Democrats are impotent as hell. They need some Levitra, some Viagra, or something. And you know, and it just amazed me that the political candidates on both sides of the aisle, because I think you need to play Ice Cube, No Vaseline for the Republicans. The only thing they doing is just bending over. And so, who's going to represent you in the House of Congress if you got an impotent Democratic Party and a bent-over Republican Party? And Trump menage a trois both of them.
Well, hit me right quick on the effort to try to keep the youngsters from going to these universities in these red states.
I'm going to defer to them, let them make up their mind. And with that coach that made that decision, Ralph, and I'm not a big basketball fan. That's one reason I'm not a big basketball fan, is because you can walk out the dang room, your team up by 12 points, walk back in, they down by 18. But, you know, Ralph, how the hell you not manage the game and let the game get that far out of hand? And I'm quite sure them boys' tongues was hanging out their mouth because it sounded like they got ran up and down the floor.
Well, they had you talking about Cleveland last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a 22-point lead with 7.5 minutes to go in the game, and 4 timeouts. And they blew the lead, missed the shot. They rimmed a 3-pointer at the end of the game that would have won the game. The guy had a good shot. He took it. It was a tough shot, but the ball went in and rimmed back out.
Ralph, what's the name of that moving company over there you deal with?
A-Rocket Moving and Storage.
A-Rocket.
Yeah.
As soon as this series over, A-Rocket be pulling up in front of his damn door.
I'm going, man. I'll see you later. Thank you. Call me early. Okay. Let me see if we can get another one in here. Caller, you're on. Hello?
Hey, good afternoon, Ralph.
All right, go ahead.
Ralph, it's going to take years to try to get some normalcy back to this country after 2 years of what this administration has dismantled with the help of the Supreme Court. Man, you know, you hear somebody say, what do the Democrats expect to get out of winning the House, you know? Well, you know, impeach it, okay? That's the first thing they need to have. You know, if they win the House, okay, he got the power. He going to try to bully or whatever he going to do. He going to have his henchmen threatening people or might even, you know, but, man, America got a problem.
So how do you deal with it? How do you deal? Okay, what would you do? Okay, you got to vote. What do you want with your vote? We go back to that question that was posed. What do you expect? Okay, let's say the Democrats do get back in office. What do you expect to see? Give me something you expect to see, say, in 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
Well, articles of impeachment.
Oh, okay.
Articles of impeachment.
Okay.
Because the man went way out of line, man. He has dismantled things that were put in place decades ago. The Supreme, with the help of the immunity he getting right now, with taking taxpayers' money to pay off people that attacked the government, man.
Yeah.
The man that incited an insurrection, Ralph. How you gonna stand by a man like that? The man, people died that day, and he got immunity.
And yeah.
He should have been locked up. He shouldn't have never had the opportunity to run for president again.
Yeah.
So but they let this man. They gave him a pass, Ralph.
Oh, I got you. Give me
the rich man. The rich man come.
Okay. What about the NBA? Any comment right quick on the NBA? I know you had a comment.
Jalen Brunson, man.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Brunson stayed in the man. That man took over that game in the fourth quarter. He was in the lane. He was shooting stop and pop shots in the lane, man. Layup. You know, 3-pointer. They played what New York fans say, defense. And they heard that cry, man, and they came back Cleveland didn't play the whole. Well, it went to overtime, but they let that 48 minutes. They wasted all that lead they had in the 48-minute time period, and New York just dominated the last 7 minutes of regulation and won that game. And Wemby sent a statement in that last series when he threw that elbow. Man, that boy a beast, man.
Thank you.
You say Wilt, Ralph.
I say
he
Wilt.
looked like the Dr. J. Wilt. He did a pull-up 28-foot shot like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
No
right.
problem. The boy got too much. He got confidence, man. He's a beast.
Well, I saw him also ask for that ball at the end of the game. He told the coach to get him the ball.
Man, he want. Hey, he showed like Olajuwon did when David Robinson won the MVP.
Yeah.
He went to OKC and did the same thing to Alexander, man.
Well,
I should have got the trophy and defensive of the year, you know.
Well, thank you.
I might have picked it wrong, but I did call OKC in 6, but
okay.
I like Wemby, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, let's see if we can get another one in here before Don Sams. Caller, you're on.
Yeah, Don Sam on the radio.
Don
yeah,
Sam
Ralph, thanks for the chat with Chappie, bro. I appreciated that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The
Chat with Chappie.
Chat with Chappie.
Chat with Chappie.
What you call it?
Chat with Chappie.
Chat with Chappie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
He didn't say nothing about his barbecue, man. He ain't cooking no more.
Yes, he's still doing it. He's
all right,
I
then.
forgot.
Next time, let me know.
Yeah. You just give him a call. He'll fix you up. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give him a call.
Yeah.
I went out there once when he first opened, man.
Right.
That was some good stuff, Maynard. Anyway, Wembyana, enough said about basketball. No, you can't tell these kids not to take this $1 million. It's not going to happen. But, the old folks need to understand they don't listen to nothing but money. And some kind of way we have to figure out how we can get together and have another boycott to show them that we're serious. I don't know what it's going to be. It won't be the bus.
Well, they're asking the older people, they're asking fans to stay away from the game.
To not go.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's older
that's
people.
That's not going to happen either. You're going to go see your baby.
Yeah, you're going.
You know, and you're going to go see your school play. I'm a victim of that. You're going to go to do that. But we need to do it some other way, and I don't know what it's going to be.
I don't either.
But we're going to have to try to figure it out.
Right. I don't either. I don't know how, especially with them not understanding the impact of what's happening.
Yeah, and it's an impact. It's a serious impact.
Right.
But we started this conversation back in the 70s when they first started paying kids under the table to go to these white schools. You know, and even U of H. And I ain't calling nobody's name, but some of those guys. Okay, most of those guys got paid to go to school. They didn't get paid one of the other schools in Texas money, and I'm not calling no name because we're in Texas, but one of those schools that have Texas in their name, they were paying big money for the black kids to come. And they wanted one thing and one thing only, want you to play football and basketball. That's it.
Well,
and we've been a victim of this for a long, long time. They know we're going to stand for it. They know we're not going to do it any other way. So that, to me, that's a non-starter.
Well,
we have to figure out some other kind of way to hurt their pocket.
Right. You see, when I first started doing this, I ran into a situation where a black alumni group they were not Ohio State or Michigan, but they are Texas, but they were not Paul Quinn or Bishop or Stephen F. Austin, if you understand where I'm coming from. They came with money, and they paid players. They paid players, and they did it proudly. But guess what happened? I've never seen another black group step up like that. Not around here. Not in this area. They were black. They were all. It was black. It was a fraternity of black males, and they took pride in their university and the athletes of the university. And one thing they stressed to them: get an education or get a degree. And excel in sports.
Yeah.
And we'll take care of you.
It'd be nice if we could do that, but you know, we as African Americans don't have enough stick together power
Right.
to pull it. We got the money.
Yeah, because they did it. I'm saying if they could do it in the 70s, if you could do it in the 60s and 70s.
You know they can.
Yeah, you know you can. They did it and they did it with pride. They did it with pride, and they kept it. It was like a secret fraternity. I'm gonna help old Ralph or blah blah blah. But Ralph has got to stay in school and he's got to be passing. And Ralph,
you got to do well. You got to pass.
Yeah, and if you're not passing, don't come my way. You're not getting nothing from it, and we don't want you on the team.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I remember the days when the black athletes went to HBCUs. I remember Kenny Houston and all those guys back in the day. Prairie View and TSU had the athletes, and now, you know, Prairie View's coming back now. I got to give them credit. They really got their athletic program.
Coach Jackson over there, Coach Jackson in golf.
It's not just football, everything.
Yeah,
all they.
You got
softball, TSU got. TSU got what is it, the debate squad. And I'm gonna give them credit for that. Give them credit for that.
Okay.
You know, but you know, Prairie View's got real good athletic directors. Who's got good coaches, and going from there. You know, and I'm only saying TSU need to mimic that. That's all. I'm not saying.
Well, I gotta go. I gotta be like Jack Benny.
I know.
Have a good night. Or Ed Sullivan.
Thank you, sir.
Ed Sullivan.
So glad we had this time together.
It's been a really big show. It's been a big show.
Really big. Really big stuff.
A big show, all right. Thank you. And we are going to get out of the way. I need to do a couple of things to get out of here, and we'll do one right now.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental 713-738-1999.
Are you looking for a pharmacy where you're more than just the next person in line, where the pharmacists are friendly, willing to talk to you about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, where they make deliveries to customers in the general area? Then you need my pharmacy of choice, Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, right off of I-10 East near the 610 Loop. James Muldrow and his staff are there to serve you. I've been a customer for over 37 years. The insurance companies have tried to steer me to the corporate pharmacies, but I prefer Mercury Drive. It's a staple in East Houston, serving Fidelity, Jacinto City, Pleasantville, Fifth Ward, North Shore, Wood Forest, Galena Park, Channel View, offering free delivery to those areas and others. Most insurances are accepted. Mercury Drive Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Phone 713-674-6122, 713-674-6122. Mr. Muldrow and his staff are happy to serve you. Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, south of I-10 East.
In life's most difficult moments, comfort matters. At Lord Edward Memorial, we believe every life is a blessing worth honoring with dignity and care. With a combined 60 years of experience, our compassionate staff walks beside your family with faith, respect, and understanding. Lord Edward Memorial, serving families with grace, compassion, and heartfelt care. Visit us at 6677 Rookin Street, Houston, 77074, or give us a phone call at